Hello everyone, I'm Sean and I would like to welcome you to the first ever video on the TectronIQ channel. Today we are going to be opening this, a brand new Prusa i3 Mark III printer. It's their brand new offering. It's the black edition and this is the kit. So we're going to be opening it, taking a look, and getting it put together. So let's get started. And welcome back everyone. Considering this build took about 6 hours in reality, I decided a time lapse would be the best way to go. Like I stated in the intro, the printer we'll be assembling today is a Prusa i3 Mark III designed by Joseph Prusa and his team in the Czech Republic. The Mark III is the latest in their lineup, originally being released in September of 2017. Due to its extreme popularity, a popularity that I understand kind of took the entire Prusa team completely off guard, makes getting your hands on the Mark III a bit of a slow proposition. I personally ordered mine back in early February and received it in mid-April, but that's the price you pay for having one of the best printers on the market. A ton of design and development has gone into the Mark III, and the Prusa team themselves have dubbed it as quote-unquote bloody smart. I did a ton of research online before deciding on the Mark III. Reviews from people like Maker's Muse and 3D Printing Nerd helped us solidify my decision. If you haven't checked out those two channels, I highly suggest you do so. They are packed with awesome content and knowledge that can make your printing experience a lot easier if you're just starting out, and a lot more fun once you become a little more adept. Okay, now down to the nuts and bolts. No pun intended. Well, maybe a little bit of a pun. First and foremost, if you are going to attempt to build this kit, you need to follow the directions. I can't express this enough. The instruction book provided with this kit is one of the best I've ever seen, with tons of easy to understand full color photographs and detailed descriptions. The problem is you are building an extremely complex machine that has been properly aligned to work, if you put it together right. If you don't follow the directions and try to go it on your own, I can guarantee you will end up with a non-functioning pile of expensive parts. There are lots of ways these parts will fit together, and in many cases, it looks completely logical to screw them down where they don't belong. Trust me, I looked at this several times. This is especially true of the print head with all its interconnected parts and wires. Overall, I had very few difficulties putting together the Mark III. I did manage to not follow my own advice and get the main Y struts on backwards at the start, but through the magic of video editing, poof, it's not there. Video editing, how it can handle all of one's mistakes. If only one could have a cut and paste feature in real life. Anyway, the kit itself is amazingly well designed. Everything from the parts to the screws, bolts, and motors are in labeled and organized packages and boxes. Everything you need to complete any one step is included in a single package, so there is no digging in multiple bags for the parts you need. This is not a kit designed by IKEA where everything is in one big bag. It's unbelievably well organized. The build out itself was well designed, and you build the kit one axis at a time, starting at the bottom with the main support structure. Unlike the Mark II, the Mark III has an extruded aluminum base that is extremely rigid and easy to assemble. Other than putting the legs on the wrong side like I did, the vertical supports are really hard to mess up. My one word of caution would be to pay attention to the directions when it warns you about tightening items too much. You are dealing with delicate parts and in many cases plastic parts. You can snap them fairly easily or inadvertently keep them from properly moving. In these instances, torque is not your friend. So put away the power tools and stick to Allen wrenches for this build. Speaking of Allen wrenches, the kit comes with all the tools you will need to assemble it, including Allen wrenches, screwdrivers, pliers, and a bag of gummy bears to keep your sugar level high for those hours of intense building. Personally, I used my iFixit toolkit just because I find working with a screwdriver-style extendable handle easier, especially in those hard-to-reach places. As we get toward the end of the build, there are a few key points about the Mark III I would like to cover. These are some of the main reasons I decided to purchase the Mark III myself. 1, it comes with a heated bed, which is not as odd as it used to be, but still a really great feature and a requirement for certain kinds of filament. It has a removable, flexible magnetic print plate. This is an awesome feature. Once a print is complete, no more going for a scraper to attempt to pry off your print, possibly damaging it in the process, or I've been known to poke myself. Simply pull the build plate, bend it, and the parts pop right off. This printer is amazingly quiet, especially when you set it to stealth mode. This is thanks to its brand new Trinamic 2130 drivers and its Noctua fans. As far as the bloody smart side of things go, you get into the brains of the brand new NC Rambo motherboard. This brings features such as power panic, filament sensing, and the removal of the need for end-stop sensors. Add that to the Bondtech double-sided extruder and E3D V6 nozzles, and you have an incredibly powerful package. At this point in time, the Mark III is up and running and has completed its first print. I went to Thingiverse and downloaded the Pizza Planet Alien from the Toy Story modeled by Marshall Design. I used a Matter Hacker Pro PLA and a 0.10mm layer height. Overall, the print looks amazing. While the layers are still visible, as you can always imagine they will be on a printer of this type, they are so small and the overall feel of the model is really impressive. Over the next few videos, we will be upgrading the Mark III with a new filament system that utilizes skateboard bearings, as well as adding a Raspberry Pi Zero to it, which we're going to load Octoprint onto. I've got to play with Octoprint a little bit and I want the features that it provides. If you liked this video, be sure to subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, you know what to do. Thanks for taking this journey with me, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. Later!